You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit GearHandle.com and use promo code H2O today. This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. This is Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Life. And one of the important agencies in Central Texas is the Christian Women's Job Corps. And it's always a delight to talk to Lydia. I think this is our first time up here in our new digs.
It's so nice.
Maybe, but
so lovely.
Isn't it fun?
Really fun.
It's just hard to not keep looking out the window.
I know, it's really hard not to stare out the window. It's beautiful.
But we have something important to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that this coming September 24th is your big fundraiser, Baskets of Hope, something you've been doing for many years.
Yes.
But I really want to talk to you, Lydia. You've been in this position now 5 years.
5 years.
5 years. And just, your thoughts about where Christian Women's Job Corps is now and just some of the stories that you can tell about the lives that are changed.
Oh, man. It's been a beautiful 5 years. I have to say that straight out. Like, working with our community in Waco is just incredible, as you know. We have the most giving, wonderful community here. Everybody wants to work together and collaborate together, and everybody wants to help and to see the best in each other. And so that in and of itself is just tremendous, and I love it. But I think that, the work that we've gotten to do at Christian Women's Job Corps is just so super impactful, because we're working with women who often are heading up their household. They are single moms. They've got children at home, and they are looking for an opportunity to finish something that has been traveling with them since they left high school, which is the GED.
Right, and to finish
that high school diploma.
Thing, yeah.
And that can really carry with you in a way that can be very burdensome. And so
just a feeling of failure. I just didn't get this done.
Well, and it's one of those things that, like, when you finish a degree, there's just so much value inside of yourself that you feel when you finish a degree. And so providing that opportunity for women to come together and to study together and to find friendships and to just love education together and to love getting that forward momentum on something that is so hard. The GED is so challenging to get that high school diploma after the fact. It's just a really hard space.
Right.
And so coming together to do that together is really incredible. And then sticking around to learn about colleges and jobs and about community service, because one of the things we really love to talk about is serving your community. Like, after you've found this community and you've loved it here, like, let's go on and serve our community too. And so just being in that space and working with women who they need someone to walk alongside of them and to tell them they can do it. And that's what we try to do. We just try to walk alongside of them, start to finish, from day one. You can do this. We got your back, and we're going to be here for you when you're done. So no matter what you want to do after you're finished with it, because you will finish it, we're going to be here for you when you're done.
And there's got to be a lot of value too in knowing they're not alone. That
Absolutely.
And it can be women of all ages, isn't it? I mean, what's the range you've seen?
I mean, women over the age of 18. So that's our standard, women over the age of 18. But it's women from all walks of life. So, I mean, we're talking about, 28-year-olds that have, one or two kids at home, to 45-year-olds whose kids have gone off to school, and now they're looking to finish this piece, and they want to go to school themselves. They want to go to college afterwards. And so we were working. We had 100 174 women in 2023 that enrolled in our programs, which is really incredible. Just tremendous to be able to provide that space in that way. And we're grateful to all of our partners who help us do that. And all the volunteers who contribute to that space is just really incredible. From teachers to tutors to exam proctors, we're talking about just a really powerful impact that our volunteers are able to invest in the lives of women. And then our women are graduating with a cap and gown at the end of the semester. I mean, it's just really incredible.
Because they are finishing that high school piece of the
absolutely. And
puzzle,
so why not walk across the stage and move your tassel over? Like, how fun is that?
Yeah.
It's just the best. And we love this community that we've been able to create together, where we call ourselves, we're a community of learners, from our staff who are always trying to do, to develop themselves, to our intern program, where we are hosting interns from Tarleton, MCC, Baylor, and all over.
So these like social work interns,
social work,
everything,
media and marketing, data science, all kinds of interns, healthcare. We actually have a new intern that is doing counseling with us as well. And she's working on her LPC, her licensed professional counseling, and she needs to do 1,000 hours of residency.
Wow.
So she's counseling in our space, which is just wonderful.
I'm sure so many of these women can be helped by.
I mean, I can be helped by counseling. Who can't be helped by counseling?
Exactly. We all can. But if to go, okay, I made this decision to make this step to enroll in the program. But then, what are some of the things inside me that have hindered me to this point?
Absolutely. Exploring those spaces. How are you going to tackle relationships and needs and careers, and then even dealing just with anxiety. Like, test taking anxiety is huge.
That can often be the reason somebody just says, I'm quitting high school. I don't want to deal with this stress anymore.
Yeah. And to that end, like a lot of our space, a lot of the women that we have worked with we've even started to look into undiagnosed learning disabilities. Right. So trying to partner with collaborators in the community where we're looking at, is it possible that there's an undiagnosed learning disability here that has caused distress and anxiety, that has caused the gap in the education, and so that can be overcome overcome.
And there's certainly ways to cope
forward and have a love for education after that.
Oh yeah. There's so much more knowledge now about learning disabilities than say 30 years ago. I mean, it's just really exploded, and there are a lot of coping techniques someone can learn that's not taking an Adderall pill. I mean, that's not the goal, is to get somebody on medication, probably. But.
No, I mean, what we're trying to do is accompany them through the learning disability test space so that they can gain the information that they need about how they learn, where the needs are. So, it can be anything. It can be mild dyslexia, it can be ADHD, whatever the case may be. And so we're trying to accompany them through that space of learning what that learning disability is.
That's good.
And then to, even if they need to receive medication or anything like that, help them with resources in the community to receive what they need. And then accommodations on the test is really the key there, because we have our certified testing center now, where we're delivering the GED exams and professional exams on site. We can also help them work through accommodations for that GED test. And those accommodations can really make all the difference in passing that exam, finishing that education piece, and then even stepping forward into a secondary education space like college. And once you are armed with this information of, I have this learning difference in my life, you're armed with that information forever. Yeah. And it makes secondary education so much more attainable.
Well, and that's huge, because
it is.
The cost of going to a psychologist, educational psychologist,
it
could be prohibitive for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something new.
Isn't that wonderful?
I don't know. This is awesome. Yeah.
Well, and this is a space that we've started to really explore as we've honed that GED program and done so much work with so many women in the community with their GED. We've really discovered that this is a gap. Well, there's a gap here that we need to work through. That in the testing center too. In in 2020, when we were all shut down and at home, sure enough, all of our testing centers were closed too.
Right.
And so we really started to look for resources of how can we get people to go take the GED exam because all the testing centers are closed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ended up opening a professional certified professional testing center that delivers Pearson exams. So if you wanted to get your computer cybersecurity exam done, if you wanted to get your TSA license, your real estate license, educator certification, that's all something that you can do in our space too.
Really?
Yeah. And that
Okay.
opened in 2022. And so then we have
That's neat.
this great resource for our students as well,
Right.
where they can study, they can learn, they can test, they can receive resources and accommodations all in the same place that they take the official test, removing all of that anxiety of traveling to a testing center and
Right.
understanding where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
It's just a really wonderful start to finish program that we've been able to develop with the help of so many of our volunteers and donors and all the community just really backing us up.
Yeah.
So it's just been really, I have to say, like, my favorite adventure has been this work. So to date, my
Yeah.
favorite adventure has been
And
this
you've-
work.
and
It's
you've
been really
done some-
wonderful.
You've done some pretty remarkable things in your music education major. You still singing, still doing
I
some?
am. Yes,
Yeah?
I'm still singing.
That's good.
I'll
Keep singing
give
every
a shout
day.
out to Central Texas Choral Society.
Ah,
I love
yeah.
singing with them,
Yeah.
and just love that work.
I understand. Did they go to Europe?
They went to
It was somewhere.
Scotland and Ireland.
Oh,
they just
my
got
goodness.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
So I
didn't
have
get
a
to go on
friend-
that trip. I'm not salty about that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get to go on that one, but yeah, they just got back from that, and so it's a delightful group that we get to. that
Oh,
get to
I
see.
know. And you do some amazing music, some really wonderful
Yeah.
stuff.
And you
but-
and I share that passion. For
I
music.
know, and
Yeah.
and when I have a little more time, I really want to look more into the Central Texas Choral Society,
Yeah.
maybe sing with y'all. But Sigma Phi Lambda. Now, this is
Okay.
something. You were the national executive director.
was,
and,
yes.
and that you were located where when? And this is a music. This is the music.
No,
sorority?
Sigma Phi Lambda is a sorority. It's
Okay.
It's a Christian-based sorority.
Okay.
And it's a national organization.
Uh-huh.
So I was really fortunate. I was in one of their chapters at Houston Baptist University, dogs up.
Uh-huh.
And so, well, Houston Christian University now, but I was in their chapter.
Oh yeah,
and-
Dr. President Sloan. He's
Yes,
president of that
yes.
college. Yeah.
So I was in one of their chapters at Houston Baptist, and was able to be in leadership there. And when I finished my tenure at HBU, I was asked if I would be willing to think about being the executive director of the organization and help them found their 501c3.
Mhm.
And it is how I got started in a
Wow.
nonprofit. It was just
Yeah.
one of those things that it was a good fit for me. It was a good fit for them. They needed a way to get this going and to start their 501c3 and to expand their chapterhood. And so I helped them do that. And I got to learn all about nonprofit in the process.
Yeah.
And so that's an adventure I started to go on right after college, and had babies while I was working from home and working with Sigma Phi Lambda. I got to travel all over the United States, establishing chapters. all
Oh, I'm
kinds of
sure
things.
you saw colleges all over.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun time, and I got to be a part of the initiation of the Baylor Sigma Phi Lambda chapter here.
Oh, how recent is that?
Oh goodness, that was in. Oh, you would ask me, like 2001, 2002.
Oh, okay. So yeah, more than 20 years.
Yeah, more than 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So that was kind of how I got my start in nonprofit. I learned all about it just from the ground up.
Yeah.
Doing all the work, and then I worked for another organization after that called Sunlight Ministries, and did some work with them, and actually got to take them through the process of dissolution, where when you have to birth a nonprofit, and sometimes you have to put them to rest as well. And that's a hard space.
I'm sure it was.
I've gotten to learn all the things in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't it neat to see how, all these steps in your life, kind of
Absolutely.
brought you to this place
Absolutely.
where you're,
Absolutely.
you're really living your best life
Yeah.
in what you're doing with
Well, and I feel like
CWJC.
all of it kind of comes together. I mean, my education background with my degree comes into play with my education work here at CWJC, and it all comes together in a beautiful, beautiful way.
Yeah, well, I want to talk a little bit more about the mentors. I love talking about that because I have friends who have mentored,
Yeah.
and they really develop lifelong friendships.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that neat?
That is neat. It's a very special thing. That relationship can be challenging. It can be hard to do that relationship, but the mentoring space, it can look different for different people.
Right.
It can be a simple check-in with a student to see how they're doing, if they made it to class, and how things are going. And it can also be, you're working one-on-one with a student and you're tutoring, and you just develop that friendship with them as you're doing it. You don't have to. And a lot of it just becomes organic in terms of just the friendships that are made when you're working, when you're holding someone, accountable for their journey, or if you're tutoring or working alongside of them with the studies. It can be a myriad of different ways. We've kind of changed the way we do mentoring just because it is a challenging relationship, and it takes some hard work to make it work. But some of the success stories are really incredible to me. Like there's women who will tell me that they still text once a week and they get together for coffee every once in a while, and that's incredible to me. After 20 years, 20 years of CWJC, we still have mentors. I was going to say, I know we still have mentors that are been around for a while. Women. Yeah, it's really incredible. So
Well, so what is the process if somebody wants to become a volunteer mentor?
Well, just volunteers in general, whether it's a teacher, an exam proctor, a tutor, or just helping out, or even a mentor, they are able to apply at our website. Okay. There's a spot there for applications for volunteering and a spot there for applications for students. So just under our website at cwjcwaco.org, they can apply there. So
is there a cost involved for the students who come?
No, not at this time. We have worked really hard to keep everything without cost, and continue to do so. We try to make everything to pay for the cost outright. It can be very expensive. Taking a GED test, on average, it takes about 6 tries before somebody passes a GED test. Yes, it's very hard.
I did not know that.
Very challenging, yes. Because there's 4 sections of the exam: math, science, social studies, kind of like taking a CPA, right? Yeah, so there's 4 sections of the exam. It takes on average about 6 tries, and then it takes on average about 12 practice tests to actually get through the whole entire thing.
Oh my goodness.
And that can really build up in terms of cost. So if your practice exams are $10 a piece and your official exams are about $40 a piece, that can really build up. So we make everything as cost prohibitive as possible. And so at this time, everything is free. And we're trying to keep it that way.
Well, which brings us to
exactly
Baskets of Hope. The reason you came up here today, Baskets of Hope, this is an event I've looked forward to every year. Gosh, started out at First Baptist Woodway.
Yes.
And
it's 20 years of this event.
20 years of this event.
Yes.
And Bruce Geetson and I, have just loved being MCs for this. And it has grown.
It has.
And so it's going to be at the Convention Center on September 24th. So we've got a little bit of time, but you're happy to take table reservations.
Absolutely. We're ready. And last year, even when we did the podcast at this time last year, we were sold out by the 15th of August. So you do want to get your tables early. This is a great event. So it's a lunchtime event, Tuesday, 11 to 1. And it's Tuesday, September 24th. And so sponsors can get a table, and you get a table for 8. You could share a sponsorship with another business, a bank, or whoever, an insurance agency, Ann Harder and her friends, whoever wants to sponsor a table. It's a table of 8. You get lunch. Lunch is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have an amazing silent auction. And this is not your average silent auction. This is everyone for the community bringing amazing baskets in.
Oh, they're fabulous.
They're fantastic. I just get way overly excited about the baskets and how cool they are.
But it takes a lot of volunteers to get this all put together.
It does. So we had 600 people in attendance last year.
Yeah.
That room was packed. It's at the Brazos Ballroom at the Waco Convention Center. With the baskets all spread out in the lobby. It's just really
plenty of room to go and look. And then, of course, you bid on them.
Super. Yep. It's a silent auction. So you get to bid on the baskets and get to, see if you can beat your friend at getting that one basket that you want. Last year, I won 3 gift certificates for house cleaning.
My word.
Oh, yes. My husband won it for me. It was the best. It was the best. I was so excited. I was very happy about that. But, just this wonderful time together where get to learn about the work that we're doing and celebrate the work. Last year we had our 20th anniversary. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And so this year's theme is SOAR. And so we're going to have hot air balloons and all kinds of fun decorations. Yeah. And then our keynote speaker will be Waco City Councilwoman Andrea Bearfield.
I think that's exciting.
So much fun. I'm so excited to welcome her to this space. I think she's going to just really bring a message of empowerment and love for the community. And I'm excited. So we have an opportunity for 75 tables. Sponsors can, get their tables. And
the cost of a table is?
$1,000.
$1,000,
yeah.
okay.
And it comes with some advertising. It comes with a really cool magazine that we put out for the event. That's sponsored by the Wacoan every year. And that's just really wonderful. But it just comes with a lot of opportunities to get your business out into the community too.
Well, and I see I have your wonderful flyer. It came it was several weeks ago. I mean, you're on the ball.
We're trying. There's a lot of events in the fall.
But you have something. Yeah, there are. $1,500, 1 year, one woman.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
That covers all of our costs on average. If I were to average it all out, what does it take us to run the program? $1,500 is what it costs us to run the program per woman per year. And that averages out with the number of students that we have in-house as well. And that actually doesn't include the learning disabilities testing. So learning disabilities is another $500.
I was going to say that's got to be another.
It is. That's an extra cost that we haven't included in that price.
But it's so important. I mean, that is just an amazing component.
Yeah. So you can sponsor a woman for $1,500 for the year, which is really incredible. And that's an impactful piece of work.
Yeah. The GED scholarship fund is $200. I mean, $200. You've got it broken down.
Absolutely.
And you know what your money's going to, which I think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we try to do that. We try to be really transparent about what we're doing and how we're trying to do it. So $200 pays for the basic materials, books, calculators, that sort of thing, just whatever we need to make sure that everybody's getting equipped for the GED. And it'll cover a few attempts at those tests. It covers the practice,
maybe
practice
not necessarily
test,
everything.
but not necessarily every single official test.
Yeah.
So, but the $1,500 a year will cover things like rent and insurance and all those things that we have to pay. So, yeah.
Well, and you've got an amazing board. Let's talk a little bit about the people that are on your board.
Yeah. Oh, well, our president, shout out, hi, Lexi. Lexi English, she's at Baylor University. Jacob Lackey, he runs a sound consulting company. We have really amazing board members, really incredible people. People who have been serving on the board for, about 6 years now.
I was going to say some that, they've found their niche and they're.
Yeah, no, and they do. Yeah. And I love that some of them like to come back and serve after they've served their tenure. But we have some really incredible board members. They're from all over the community. They're working in different industries. Sophia Moreno, she's at Extraco Bank, just all different industries.
That's even Rhonda Featherston.
Rhonda Featherston at HEB.
At HEB. She's everywhere. She's another one.
Yeah, no, I know. And Carol and Javier, they're out in the community. They're always at all the networking meetings. There's just so many wonderful people that are serving on our board that they're all in the community and doing so many wonderful things in the community. And they are spread out in different areas all over, just trying to help us advocate for what we're doing, which is women's empowerment through education, and whether that is, somebody's going to come in and take a computer class, or they're going to come to personal development, or they're going to come and finish their GED. Our board is out there working to make sure that everyone knows that this is a great, great place to serve, to invest, and to be a part of.
Well, and this Baskets of Hope event, again, September 24th, 11 to 1 at the Convention Center, Brazos Ballroom. It's another place where you will hear some of the most inspiring stories of success. And I know you've had on your staff women who have started out from the beginning and then gone on and gotten multiple degrees, higher education degrees. I mean, it's just remarkable.
Yeah.
The lives that are changed.
Yeah, really incredible story. We have a staffer that started out with us in the program and I went on to become our programs director and received her bachelor's and master's in social work and went on to work for Unbound in Austin, and she's changing lives. Yeah,
absolutely.
Really wonderful.
It just makes my makes my heart sing. I don't know about you
Makes my heart
as a
sing.
singer.
Yeah.
But you've got some great social media presence as well. But what's the best way for someone to, be able to sign up for maybe buy a table or
Absolutely. So if you want to volunteer, or if you're a woman and you're listening and you want to come and be a part of our learning community and receive services, you can go to our website at cwjcwaco.org. And then if you want to attend Baskets of Hope, which we really, really want you to attend Baskets of Hope and come and join us, you can get tickets and information at wacobaskets.com.
Okay. Well, it's all right there. And Lydia, you are just doing all the good. And I love,
you're so sweet.
I love being with you and hearing about this, and look forward to the event. In September, we'll be here like that. I mean,
oh my goodness.
This summer is already flown by.
Almost over?
It's almost over.
Fair.
School's about to start. And so here we are. But yeah, what a great event. And of course, the need is great. Yeah. And we want to raise as much money as we can for Christian Women's Job Corps. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us. And we'll see you next time on Central Texas Life. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.